Good morning everyone, welcome to Eden My Garden. Today we're going to do some more seedlings. Yes, we are in March and this is the time to seed. We've got some fantastic seedling here for you, and so it's time to put them in the soil. So here what we have all sorts of beans here. We've got garden beans, we've got the pea, we have got here the Blue Lake beans, and we've got the lima beans, and we've got red onions, and we've got all sorts of zucchini, squash, we've got summer squash, the green one, we've got the summer squash, the yellow one, we've got winter squash, all sorts of color, and we've got the small baby zucchini. So let's get cracking. And here I have some beautiful organic potting soil. You could see it's dark, nice and rich. And here I've got my potting tray here. So I'm going to fill my potting tray with this beautiful soil. And I will get my pen. I'm just going to, those are quite big seeds, so I'm going to dig quite a big hole. Okay, let me show you here. Here we go, look at this here. This is the green baby zucchini. So I'm going to dig quite a big hole here. Okay, and what we need to do, we're just going to drop the seed in the hole. Very easy, just one, because you don't want two there. It's fairly big, and I know these, they will definitely sprout. Yeah. And the second one we're going to plant right now is the winter squash. You could see is a mixture. We've got the orange, the white, the yellow. So we're just going to, you see, quite big. And number 3, I'm going to plant the summer squash. It's the crook neck. As you could see, it's very crooked here. And I did them last year. I had a big harvest, and I put some, actually a lot in the freezer. So they're very easy. All they need is lots of sun and water and good soil. Okay, now so we're just going to fill our soil here and make sure it's all covered. Yeah, and take the excess, and then we're just going to press down in all of them. Make sure it's nice and firm. Okay guys, I want to show you, I did some zucchini exactly 7 days ago, and look at these beautiful babies here. They just came out. And so it doesn't take long. So all they need right now is just make sure it's warm and lots of water, and beautiful. So we're going to leave that here by the window, get some light and some sun and plenty of water. And guys, do not forget your label. So I've put this here so I know, and the date. And I run out of labels. So a little trick, those cups are very cheap. So they're not expensive. So what I did, I'm just going to show you, if you run out of label, what you need to do. Here you go. All you need to do, just get a scissors, chop them. Yeah, and like I did here, the zucchini, and I put the date and the label. Okay, moving on to the next one. We're going to do the beans now. So first one, I've got garden beans, and garden beans grow so quickly, so easily. Last year I had a great harvest. Okay, so, and you could see they are big. lovely and big. So this is the garden beans. So similar, we're going to do fairly big holes here. Pea is actually so beautiful, so sweet. It's like eating grapes. You can just pick them from the plant and just eat them. And I really enjoy, and they are so quick. And the more you pick, the more harvest you get. Yeah, here I have the blue lake beans, and this one you need. And when it needs a bit of support, so you need a stick and wire, anything you like, so it can hold on. And this one, it's not my favorite, I have to say, but I like a variety of beans, and it's so easy to grow, and the harvest is just amazing. Oh, I've just got only 3 here, so we're going to do them. Okay, my next seedling will be red onions, and I did the red onions last year, and I tell you, the harvest was amazing. I didn't plant a lot, but this year I'm thinking to do more red onions because it really worked. So here I've got a different type of tray, as you can see, a long one. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw the seedlings. So I'm going to do 3/4 of my potting soil, and make sure your pot is drained. I've got lots of hole underneath, fairly quite big when they harvest. So I'm going to use all of them. Here you go, this is the beautiful red onions. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to throw this here over seedling, and I'm going to use the whole packet, because after it starts sprouting and they become a good height, and I'm going to transfer them to a bigger pot. So now I'm going to put a thin layer of potting soil, well covered here, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give it a good press here. Here you go. And finally, what have I got here? This is coriander seed. And I know there's another name for coriander. I know the British say coriander, and my mind is gone blank. What does the Americans say about coriander? What do they call it?
Cilantro?
Yes, cilantro. Here you go. I'm so glad I've got somebody who is sharper than me here this morning. So this is cilantro for the American, and for the British, this is coriander. So what I did, I soaked it a good half an hour. So you could see it was a bit smaller when it's soaked, and it got a bit bigger. Why did I do that? Because it helped with the germination. So, okay, here I've got my potting tray. As you know, we fill it up with potting soil. We did big holes there. And I'm going to be very generous. I'm going to put maybe, I don't know, let's see, 5, 6. This is sticking into my finger, but we're going to work it all out. So what we're going to do, we're going to be clever now. We're going to use the scissors. Yeah, here you go. So I'm putting a lot, as you can see. Oh, this is a bit too much, but never mind. So, and while I'm doing this, I just want to share a quick word as for serving. What does serving means? And you know, we all have a job. You go to work and you're serving, you know, your boss, or for me, it's right now is in the family. You know, I think as a family we need to stick together, serving each other. You know, and like for me, as a wife, my husband makes me cup of tea all the time. Like, oh, darling, would you like a cup of tea? I'm like, oh, yes, please. I never say no to cup of tea. And I think, in a marriage, we, as a family, children, brothers, sisters, God wants us to serve. Jesus went around. What did he do? He washed dirty feet. He washed the feet of a disciple. And so what is God calling you to do as a person, as a daughter, as a brother, as a husband, as a wife, as an employee? Jesus went around and he feed people, he healed people, he served. So today ask the Lord, what would you like me to do? How can I serve others? And for me, I love doing things for people, like act of service. I love cooking for others and feeding them. So today I want to encourage you, and there is so much reward serving others, and God wants us to be a servant. So yeah, ask the Lord, what would you like me to do today? Or maybe just babysit for a single mom, or do a shopping for an elderly person, or just call somebody and say, hey, hi, how you doing? I don't need anything from you today. I just want to say hello. And some small act like that make a big difference in people's life. And it's, we forget about ourselves, we put others first. So God bless you. And so it's exciting. So I'm going to go and water all these potting seedling here. And I want to hear from you. If you started planting, if I've encouraged you to do gardening, I want to hear from you. Send me pictures, send me messages, and connect. Gardening is fun, and the harvest is yet to come. God bless, and we love you. We're praying for you. And if you have any prayer requests, please send it to us. We will be praying for you. And God bless you. Bye-bye.